Today we bring to you Trance, presented by Life Again. The founder is Gautami, the very talented, full of life. Trance is a dance done by none other than Shobna, the very talented actress.
Just a quick word. I'm humbled. I can't say more than sharing my feelings about the foundation. It's rare that you see artists going beyond ourselves and to take so much of trouble to promote a cause. I'd like to applaud Gautami ji for that. Trance is my way of saying that art maybe has a small chance of bringing people together, of all religions, of all cultures.
Now it's time to take you all to where we can have a conversation with the very talented Shobna. We're extremely pleased to to bring to you the Padma Shri Award winner, Shobna. Welcome to our show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's such a pleasure. I hear this is not your first time in Kuwait?
This is my 15th time, I think,
Wow.
because there is a large Indian diaspora here.
Yes.
So, but I think this is the first time that we'll have a lot of local audiences in the show, and I'm looking forward to communicating with them artistically.
You probably have no idea. You have some crazy fan following here in Kuwait. You'll see
Really? Crazy?
You'll see their enthusiasm.
Oh, I
in the
hope it's
evening.
not too crazy.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Could you tell us a little bit about your childhood? Or was it? Did you always know you wanted to be an actress? Was it as clear as that, or did you have to figure out this is something I may like doing?
Well, it wasn't as interesting as that. I did my first film when I was 9 years old, and I didn't have too much of an issue. There was no trials and tribulations. There was no hard work. It came very easily. I loved it. It was better than going to school. So I had a lot of fun, but then I had to go back to school because my father said it's okay for a break, but the mind has to discipline in order for your artistic abilities to actually make a lot of sense. You'll have to channelize it, isn't it?
Right.
So then unfortunately I had to go back to school, and then I did my first film as a heroine when I was 14. So childhood, you don't reflect so much, you're just going day by day. You are always being taken care of, you know, so it's a different thing. As an adult, there's a lot of time to think about what you're doing, but as a child, you just trust people and you just enjoy yourself.
So at 14, I hear you didn't really look 14. You looked much matured because of you were tall. And
to somebody else's eyes.
Right. Tell us about the first movie that you did after it was released. The kind of reaction that you got and the publicity. Did you feel at home with that, or did you feel like, this is...
Well, you know, as a person, it seems to be hard to believe. I was never very comfortable with publicity. So the only thing that I knew was to go out there, to do my work, to learn and to be quiet. So which I like to do, and publicity after that, well, I did 2 films simultaneously. One was a Tamil film, which was a super flop, and I did a Malayalam film, which was a super hit. So my reaction to the whole thing was kind of neutered down, you know, because here we have the whole of Kerala really loved the performance, but then the whole of Tamil Nadu said this and that, and you know, so it was okay for me. That was a good thing. I didn't just catapult to fame like that, which is, I think, is good. You need to have a little bit of, you know, pain, I think. So I went through all that.
And a lot of grounding. So it was a great lesson, a good start, in the sense that you could be successful and you could fail, but then you could be...
Yeah, it's better to just, you know, then you value the term of success, you know, so it was good.
Did you ever have to go to acting classes or something, or this was just not?
None of our Indian, South Indian actors, especially during my time, went to, you know, film classes. There was no official acting lessons to be learned. There is the Pune School of Filmmaking and Drama, and then you have the National Theatre. But in the South, it was only an apprentice-based learning process. So you learn from your other actors, or you were a genius by yourself, or you learn from other directors, or you learn from their scripts. Right. So it's a process of self-discovery. It's not like in Hollywood where you have to get a certain, you know, credit list to go and join a film.
Who did you look up to growing up?
Growing up, I looked up to nobody. I just had a lot of work to do. So I was just busy trying to cope with the amount of pressure that films and dance, you know, so I just didn't do films. I did this really heavy channel that was going with me, which was classical dance, which is why I'm actually here. I'm not here for a film shoot. So the only film camera is this.
I really like what you said when I asked you about the role model. Like nobody. That goes to show that really you want to be the first Shobna. No, that's a great message, because people tell, oh, you want to be Albert Einstein, or you want to be the person who
You
climbed the
can't
mountain.
be Albert
You can't
Einstein.
be anybody else other than the best of who
Well,
you
let
are.
me put it this way. At the time when you said I was working in films, so when you said that you have someone to look up to in films, I said no. But I do have inspirations who are not film actors. So Dr. Padma Subramaniam, Ustad Zakir Hussain. So they were all these artists that I grew up watching, and who then I realized that what I had to offer was nothing. And then I realized that there was a lot of hope, and then I could just discover more and more because they did it. So there was a lot to learn, which is what keeps me going still.
I think I read somewhere at one point you were doing like 16 films in a year. Was
Something like that.
Yeah.
22 to 16, something like that. Depends.
That must have been a crazy,
It was crazy,
time.
yeah, it was crazy. But it was also life out there at that time. Malayalam artists, we at one point, we need to do the 22 films a year. We were going from set to set shooting. That was in the 80s, which was called the Golden 80s, where I did a lot of films with Mr. Mammootty, Mr. Mohanlal, Suresh Gopi ji, Jairam. So that was a fantastic learning experience for me, and I think it grounded me in terms of the acting subject, So then I had that, and then I went on to do Telugu films with that acting experience. So there was no school, it was just working with these brilliant artists.
I was talking to a friend of mine, her name is Monica.
Okay.
And when I told her about this interview,
Monica, is she English?
she's from Kerala.
Oh, Chechi, Monica Chechi. Hello, you watching?
She told me about as soon as I told her I was going to do this interview, she sent me this 2,000 words WhatsApp message back saying that she loved your music album with Amitabh Bachchan.
Okay,
Tell us about
thank you. I had nothing to do with it. I had my face covered in that album throughout.
And she said that was the beauty of it all.
Oh, really?
How
My
was
face
the
covered?
experience?
Working with Mr. Bachchan. Well, he's we didn't interact too much. He's one thing that, if I might say, is that he's extremely a courteous person, and he is Amitabh Bachchan, right? And then there is no, though we share the same frame on camera, there's no comparison. But the beauty of great artists like that is that they don't think that way. So they're there also because they are very humble, they're very hardworking, and there is no illusion of grandeur about these people. So which was what I noticed in Mr. Bachchan as well.
Lots to learn from people like that. They're very inspiring. Tell us about your Padma Shri Award. How was that, receiving that award, and when you first found out that you were going to be a recipient, what was your reaction to it?
Padma Shri is it's a serious award, and when I received the award, I was wondering if I actually deserved it, which was what I think. I don't know, but it's great. It's a president's award, and I feel embarrassed even talking about it. So I'm sorry, that's the way I am.
That was very humbling, what you said about receiving an award and that it humbles you so much. But I'm surprised you're shy, because you've also received 2 National Best Actress Awards, right? So that was
I did
1993?
receive them. I did receive them. Thank you I'd like to thank the directors who, gave me all that motivation and that teaching at that point of time. But for me, I do find it odd to talk about my past awards. I would prefer talk about tomorrow's show.
Let's do that.
And I did get this award for Manichitra Tare, which I think was also remade in many films after that.
Yes.
All the Malayalis have seen the movie many times. Yes. So I'm very proud to be part of that classic. Then I received another award for Mitra, my friend, which was in English. It's about a lonely housewife in the US. So that didn't do very well, but it got a lot of national fame, in the award sections.
for those who will not be able to attend? What do you think?
I hope they attend, because the show is what I do, trained in Indian classical dance, and because of my experience of Indian films also, I've tried to push the boundaries of classical dance and present Indian culture in its beauty, in its most aesthetic form. There's something about, everybody thinks that Bollywood dancing is very interesting. It is. I did a lot of Bollywood dancing too. But I also think that Indian classical dance is very, very exciting if it can be presented in the right fashion. So this is what we plan to do. We plan to take theatre, we plan to take music from all the cultures, and we are also the focus for artists like myself, coming from a beautiful country like India, where we are very religiously tolerant. Yes. So for artists like myself, I love to learn about other philosophies, and that for me is the most important thing. How I can spread a message of not peace, but if I can get the audiences to think that we only have one life and that we're all the same, but we're different and we should be allowed to be what we are through my own art, that for me is the biggest success. So this is what I plan to do. It's called Trance, and dancing drums. So we all play the drums. It's a rhythmically inclined concert. So I hope to see everybody there.
Well, that appears.
And we do Qawwali also.
Really? I hear that this dancing form, Bharatanatyam, right?
Yes, that's what I'm trained in.
Does every dance performance have a story behind it, or is it about a message? Or
it's not about a message. It's not about a message. It's about communicating poetry, it's poetry, mythology. So we are storytellers basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So we come from storytelling background with a lot of Indian ragas and the Indian form of percussion. This is the base. Right. Yeah. Along with a lot of bodily movements and expressive wise, that is Bharatanatyam for you.
Yeah. If there's any message you'd like to give to your viewers, this is.
Message to the viewers, I just said that I'm very, very blessed that I'm able to be in front of you all with all of your support. And I hope that I will continue to do whatever I can to entertain my audiences. Thank you.
I wish you the very best. Thank you so much for talking to us, Shobna. This was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Allow me to introduce to you the president of the Life Again chapter that is going to be inaugurated here in Kuwait very soon. Welcome to our show, ma'am.
Thank you, and it is very nice to be here with you today, and I'm so happy to share my views.
Tell us about your views on past, present and future.
Oh wow, wonderful question actually. you asked me a wrong person, because I don't live in past, I don't think about the future. I live in present. That's why my life is very happy, and since I feel today is my life, so I existing like last 80 years, and I'm a survivor too. Yeah, so I feel like there is no yesterday is there, and there is no tomorrow for me. Just now. I love my life now.
Live in the moment. Yes. You said you were a survivor. I wanted to find out, why is there an epidemic? Why do you think there's so many cancer patients today? Why is this happening to humankind?
It's also a wonderful question. Everybody, nowadays, like talking about what are the new medicine, where the new hospitals come, who is the best doctor. But why it is coming, the root cause. We need to think about root cause, because nowadays, for each 7 persons, 1 person got the cancer. And maybe future, like very near future, we're going to get, every person is going to get a cancer, because everybody have that cells in us. So we need to talk about, like, we need to take care about our environment. So if the nature is live and very good, and obviously the human beings and every life on the earth will be good. So if you keep healthy lifestyle and healthy nature, and the nature will give us healthy. So I realize, and I personally doing a lot of propaganda to plant trees and environmental protection. So that is the most important thing. And moreover, nowadays people doesn't have that patience. Once you get some pain, like kind of a cancer or anything could be happening in your life. People doesn't have the bearing energy. Previously, like 100 years ago, they could have taken like, oh, it's okay. Now everything is instant. So you need to learn how to live and control your pain. Any kind of pain, one day it will pass on. If you hold on to that moment, how to deal with that moment, then you will be having a wonderful life. So that we need to teach to the people. Yep.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Welcome. It's my pleasure, and thanks to Amir, and thanks to Kuwait, and thanks to KTV especially. And this is a wonderful 4 years life in Kuwait. I'm enjoying, and all the Kuwaitis are helping me to build this foundation, Life Again Foundation. I'm so thankful to you, all of you. Thank you.
We are talking to another supporter of Life Again. Welcome to our show, ma'am.
Namaste, Amna ji.
Namaste. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I would like to introduce myself. I'm myself Vijaya Nirmala Yadav Nair. I represent 4 states of South India: Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Andhra Pradesh is the border actually. So I well-known teacher, Vijaya teacher, they call me, and event organizer and event coordinator. I do multiple roles, so
it's a long introduction, I can see. So tell us, how did you get introduced to Life Again?
So from the childhood, I had a dream that I should do something, and Mother Teresa was my really inspiration. But I used to read about her. I used to think, how if we want to do something for society, do we have to be well off with the finance? Then I realized, no, it is not only the finance. If you are intended to do something, then there are many ways. That's how I started as a teacher. So I started slowly serving uneducated people, adult education in India. I was one of the supporter of birth control and ladies welfare, all those things. That's how I slowly started, but I was not at all satisfied till I meet Hyma Reddy.
You wanted to do more?
Yes, still there is lot more for me to do, and I have lot more to give to this world, because God has given a lot to us, and we have to return to this earth again before we leave.
Absolutely. And you bring out a good point. A lot of people, like you said, think that financial charity is the only way to give charity. But being a part of this organization, I'm sure there's a tremendous amount of effort and the time that goes into serving the community like that.
Yes, you have 24 hours, you sleep 8 hours, and the rest of the time you work only 8 to 9 hours. What about the rest of the time? That time we can utilize if you really wish to. And when I met Dr. Hyma Reddy, she was the president of Telangana Jagrati, which is a socio-cultural activities they do, started by Kalva Kuntla Kavita, Telangana president's KCR's daughter. Yeah, it is worldwide. And when I come into this socio-cultural events, I thought not only social, there is still more. And Dr. Hyma Reddy, she is in health and well-being. So when Life Again Foundation was started, I was really very happy to know, and I felt now I am into the right track. So I take my time, my husband helps me, my son who is 16 years old studying in 12th standard, my daughter who is 6 years old, she herself says, Mama, when we are going to do this? And she helps me a lot in all these things, and my family, my friends, and there are many well-wishers who are with me, and there are many more who want to do. We have to identify them, we have to bring them together. As the slogan is, Life Again slogan, one for one, we are there for everyone. We have to bring all those one to one towards us.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much, Shobna ji. Thank you so much for KTV for giving me this opportunity. Through this, I invite all the human beings and beautiful souls to join in our mission, one for one. We are there for everyone. Life Again. Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed watching the program as much as we've enjoyed making it. Until next week, from the team of Second Home, we wish you the very best. Ma salama.